Okay, last few here. Okay, so this is Ansel Adams. I like to remember Ansel Adams America, kind of like the triple A's. This is Moon Over Half Dome by Yosemite National Park. This is an extremely famous place. Photographers flock to this place to take pictures of it, and there's all sorts of different lighting effects that this place is famous for. Ansel Adams is he's one of the most famous landscape photographers in really the world. And he kind of invented landscape photography as is landscape photography for the capturing of the beauty and the rugged nature of untamed, landscapes. That's what he was really known for. Um, so he only works in black and white, and it's really amazing to think that he used to hike miles and miles and miles with glass plates and big wooden cameras and big wooden tripods, to get to these amazing places. I'm super passionate about Ansel Adams. I really love his stuff, but anyway, this 6-minute video, if you have not watched it, is really actually very cool. So I highly recommend watching that if you have a chance. Okay, Jerry Earlsman um, is known for taking photographs, more than one photograph, and putting them together. So he's kind of like a modern version of pictorialism. But what's funny about Jerry Earlsman is that this is film. And he still works in film today. Why is he important? Well, he was really the first photographer to make this kind of work that blends, surrealistically, you know, work that, doesn't necessarily go together. Obviously, this is a very, a somewhat surrealistic or abstract piece. And he's the guy who really started to do this first. So the big thing I want you to remember about Jerry Earlsman that he only uses film. And I will try to trick you with a question, to say, does this guy use Photoshop? And the answer will be no, because when he started working this way, Photoshop wasn't around yet. So it's important that you realize that this is film and not Photoshop. Okay, Annie Leibowitz is famous for her very controversial, non-traditional portraits. This is one of John Lennon just before he was killed in New York City, which is really what makes this very, very famous. And she insisted that this went on the cover of the Rolling Stone. And she's really known for taking photographs of famous people that really kind of talk about who they are. That's a really best way to to explain. Annie Leibovitz, she is alive and well, and she's still shooting. You can even take a master class from her. She's really awesome. Okay, next one, Steve McCurry, Afghan Girl, National Geographic's most famous photograph. The irony behind this photograph is that this little girl is very, very scared. She's living in a refugee camp, and this is prior to 9/11, prior to before anybody really, the general public didn't really know where or Afghanistan was. And Steve McCurry just captured this amazing portrait of this young girl with complementary colors and these glaring green eyes. But there is a sense of fearfulness, and she is struggling in life big time. So that is what has made this photograph very, very famous. I'm gonna stop there.